Hello and welcome back. We have a visitor today. It's Pee-Pee. It's Pee-Pee. She's my 16-year-old lady and she's here to rage with us today. Yeah, about that whole rage thing, I gotta tell you, today's video is probably gonna like really piss you off because I'm pissed off having watched what we're gonna watch today. It's just the audacity, you know? I don't know about you guys, but when people have audacity, I don't like it. And I'm gonna call it out. The topic of today's video is this video that was posted by TikTok user J_Tumeki92, otherwise goes by Jayjay Naya. We'll just call him Jayjay. But he posted a video to TikTok, when was this? A week ago. Doesn't tell me the exact date here, but this was a week ago. And it's up to over 8 million views right now. And the caption on it is just the flipping the bird emoji, you know what I mean? And then princess, which I did not pick this because of the whole princess thing. Like, for whatever reason, the past few videos I've made, well, I know the first reason was because there was the whole princess treatment thing going on. That was a whole thing. And then one of you guys sent me Princess House, and I fell down that rabbit hole. Had nothing to do with the princess treatment, but it was just princess. Anyway, now this, I happened to stumble upon. No one even sent me this. Like, the whole princess thing has nothing to do with anything. But the name of this place is apparently the Princess Copper River Lodge. It is in Alaska. From what I've gathered about this place, it seems like it's a very rural lodge, like a hotel kind of situation, resort, if you will, for people who do like fly fishing and like, I don't know, outdoorsy people in Alaska who are out there doing fishing and nature stuff. So apparently that's what that is. But apparently this lodge is owned by Holland America Princess? I don't know, which is owned by Carnival Cruises. So this whole situation goes up a lot higher than it appears here. So what happened? Well, you're gonna see here in a minute. We're gonna watch the video together, of course. But basically what happened is a worker, or perhaps multiple workers, I haven't been able to sort that out. Let's just make it easy by saying a worker called in sick and their manager went to their house and pounded on the door of their apartment complex, which also woke everybody up early in the morning. You know, this is a lodge, so I'm sure they all work morning shift or early shifts. I guess not all of them. There are plenty of overnight people, but then that just goes to show that like if you're working overnight, you're probably trying to sleep at like 9 o'clock in the morning or whenever this was. The other thing is too, what is involved here are J1 visas, which through my very short research, I found that it's like a foreign exchange student type of visa, but they're here for work. But like, it's literally just like because of culture, like trying to bring other cultures into America to work basically. And like, usually they stay about 2 years or so. It's just like, it's literally an initiative to get more cultures into the country from what I'm understanding. So this lodge hires a lot of J1 visa workers, which means like they can't really stand up for themselves. Like they're here, living here in Alaska, in this case, on a visa where they have to have a job to be able to stay here. So they end up at this lodge working hospitality, bartending, what have you, whatever they have going on at this lodge. And if they speak up and they get fired, they're gonna get sent back to their original place of citizenship. So basically what's going on here is that another worker who lives next door to the people who called in sick was awoken. He's a bartender at this place. So he was awoken by the pounding on the door and he's like, hell no. He goes down to the lodge to confront his manager. You guys, it's infuriating. I know I've probably been giving this too much of a precursor here, but I need you to understand like what the moving elements are here. We essentially have two white people using foreign workers, let's put it that way, in their establishment and then treating them like shit because they know that they can't talk back. Well, the guy who's up here talking back, I don't know if he's a J1 visa worker, but he certainly had the balls to step up and talk about it. And the fallout has been majestic. Like all of it is so far is pretty wonderful. And just the smug look on these f***ers' faces. They're playing the victim. Oh, us poor managers. Oh, we're being treated bad. Like it's so infuriating, guys. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's press play on this video. Buckle in. It's about to get rage-inducing. Here we go.
It's fucked up what you guys are doing here. And all of them talk about it. I'm a little frustrated because my room is the one right next to Mateo and Sofo. And I need my sleep.
Understandable, but
So-
they called in sick today, and I had to go knock on their
No,
door.
you didn't have to, because
Yeah, I
that's
did, Jayjay.
that's harassment at that point.
No, it's not.
If you're at home and you call in sick and your boss comes, drives to your house and bangs on your door,
Yeah.
that's harassment.
If you're not sick,
You don't know that.
well,
You're not. It's not your
you
place.
wanna take it up
It's
with
not
HR,
your
take
place.
It up with HR, okay?
Yeah,
This is
well,
not
and-
between me and you.
No, it is, because you woke me up.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're not sorry.
I am sorry.
You need to be more considerate of who you're around when
Oh,
you
I'm
go
very considerate.
banging on the
I'm
door
very
for
considerate.
more than 5 minutes.
I'm very
And you
considerate.
came a second round.
You can go and talk to HR.
I'm very considerate. People who are considerate of other people don't have to tell people how considerate they are. I don't know if this would be considered harassment. And I'm also wondering, do they live in the lodge? Because I thought it was like an apartment complex, but maybe they live in the lodge. But then he's like, if your manager drives to your house, I don't know that full situation. Doesn't matter, really, ultimately, if these people are receiving lodging here, like this is where they live, this is their home. They have rights to privacy, no matter where it is, if they're living in an apartment complex or this lodge. Doesn't matter. If that is where they call home, they are entitled to their privacy. And this woman is just out here just like, no, I had to go make sure they were actually sick. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then like, so if they are sick, wouldn't you expect them to be in bed resting? And then you're going to expect them to get up out of their bed while they're sick and go answer the door and be like, hello, I am sick. Like, you feel like you are entitled to someone else's, essentially their medical situation. You don't know how they're sick, why they're sick, what's going on. Like, this is none of your fucking business. Yeah, now come to think of it, when I put it that way, when I hear it spoken out loud that way, it's like, yeah, this seems to be some sort of violation of privacy. Like, I think even legally, I think after like 3 days, if you are out of work for sickness, you have to bring in a doctor's note. Like, I don't know. I think that's how it is here where I live, but it could be different in other states. I'm not positive, or maybe that's a federal thing. I don't know. And it's been quite a while since I worked a regular job. It's been over 5 years, but from what I remember, you are not required to tell your boss why you're calling in sick and give them a whole medical rundown, unless it's been a certain amount of days and then they need to see a doctor's note to, you know, prove that you need to be out of work. Let me just point this out here too. This guy is being pretty reasonable. He's not yelling. He is just expressing, I guess, disappointment. He's obviously frustrated. Like, if he was working at this place as a bartender the night before and probably had a late night, and then first thing in the morning, your manager is pounding on your neighbor's door to be like, are you sick, dude? Like, you're gonna hear this a lot come out of my mouth today. The audacity. And even if you're gonna sit here and be like, well, it's totally legal what she's doing, she's totally allowed to do this. Like, I don't know the laws, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know the laws. But what I do know is this is morally fucked up. This is not considerate. That is rude. That is uncalled for. And that is severely overstepping a boundary. Anyway, let's continue because it only gets worse.
Oh, I will. I'll file a complaint. And you need to start talking better to your staff.
Yeah. I will. Yeah. He's yelling at me in the bar.
No, I'm not yelling at you.
Yeah,
I'm
you
simply
was,
telling
Jayjay.
you that that wasn't uncalled for.
JJ, you was yelling at me in the bar.
This is the tone that...
JJ, you was yelling at me. Listen, I guess I get my words mixed up a lot too, but that was just funny. Okay, here's the audacity again. He was yelling at me. Ma'am, we saw. I'm wondering if he's wearing like spy glasses for this, because you're gonna see later, you can see both of his hands, like he's a hand talker. I'm a hand talker too. No hate. You can see him using both of his hands. So he's not holding a cell phone. He must have glasses that are recording or something like that. So she's just sitting here like, oh, I didn't know. Or maybe he has a phone in his pocket or something. I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but his hands are free. He's not walking into the office openly filming. But wow, he's yelling at me. Ma'am, you think that's yelling? God forbid someone actually yells at you. You're gonna think the fucking world is ending. Oh my God, this grown ass woman. Jeff, he's yelling at me. Oh my God, shut up. But no, here we go. It's about to get worse.
that I was yelling at.
Let's just have a seat. Let's all sit down and talk.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Well, first of all, she came banging on his Sofo Mateo's door at 9 a.m. while I was sleeping.
Well,
I mean, you have to be considerate that there's other people who have different schedules. And that is borderline harassment.
okay, first of all, I need you to lower the tone. Okay?
No, I'm pissed, Jeff.
If you're going to talk, if you want to step outside, gather yourself and come back and have a conversation.
Jeff, am I yelling? I'm literally just talking.
I'm asking you to lower the energy.
Okay.
The audacity. Lower his energy. He is being as respectful as one could possibly be when being awoken by loud pounding on your next door neighbor's door while you're trying to sleep after a night of working late at their establishment. I'm just like, Jeff, you're gonna sit here and be like, lower your tone. Lower your tone. How much? What do you want me to do? Whisper? Holy shit, sir. And to me, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, well, you're just so, you're so woke or whatever the fuck they're gonna say. But like, this makes me the most uncomfortable when you consider, because we can't see JJ's face, but he is not a white person. We've got these two white people pretty much cornering him, telling him, hey, lower your tone. You better be quiet. You're being too loud and aggressive, not white person. Like, that bothers me so much, especially as a white person myself. I know I'm making assumptions here, but in my opinion, if JJ had been a white person, I don't think this kind of infantilization of JJ would be happening right now. But don't worry, it gets worse. it just keeps getting worse.
She had 2 workers that did not show up to work today. She had to go get them, okay?
Why did they not show up? Because they said they were sick.
JJ,
It is not our place to judge whether or not they're
JJ,
sick or not.
You're not HR.
You can. I'm not claiming to be HR.
JJ,
I'm just
step out
saying.
and gather yourself.
Oh,
and
what?
come
So
back
just
in.
because you're getting a little pushback, do you think that I'm being confrontational?
I know you're being confrontational.
I'm not. I'm simply voicing that that is wrong to do.
Technically, he is being confrontational by confronting his higher ups to be like, what you did pissed me off and is inconsiderate of other people. But like, this is a very justifiable confrontation. I know the word confrontation has like negative connotations to it. Like, you would assume that you're being harsh and aggressive. He's not being that. He's just like, I have a problem with what you did and I'm gonna tell you. Oh no, JJ, you can't do that. Lower the energy, please. Stop being so mean. If I was just speaking in a normal tone and someone was like, Savannah, you need to lower it a bit, I'd be like, that would make me so much more angry. Like, I would get louder at that point to be like, oh, you think that was me being high energy? Well, let me show you. And that would probably get me fired today. But it's just, the point is, like, I feel like this is so out of line. But it gets worse.
You don't just go banging on
JJ,
people's
with
door.
all due respect, you're a bartender here.
I don't give a
Then get the out of my office.
No, you need to get you need to
my
start
office.
talking to your guests right, or your staff right.
Get the out
okay?
of my office
Because
right
if
now.
you think that talking to Jay once,
JJ,
no, you don't
yeah.
talk. I'm not gonna go anywhere.
This is my office.
I don't give a. What, are you gonna remove me?
With all due respect, you're a bartender. Okay, how about you go try to be a bartender then, Jeff? See if you can do his job any better. Jeff, you're acting like you don't fucking need him, Jeff. And the worst part is that they would probably just go hire another, like, there's plenty of people who can do bartending. And they could probably find a replacement for JJ so easy. So basically, Jeff was like insulting him, essentially, trying to diminish his position in this workplace. And JJ's like, no, you're not gonna talk to me that way. And then Jeff's like, well, then get the fuck out of my house. Like, whoa! You are the one who made a disrespectful comment to him first, and then when he talks back to you, talking back, I don't know, like, he's just standing up for himself, he's defending himself, and not only himself, listen, JJ's a great guy, because he's in here not only standing up for himself, because he's not even the one who they were pounding on his door, mind you. He's not the one who called in sick. He's here standing up for them, but also standing up for himself. JJ is a stand-up guy. And he's taking so much shit from two people who are just like, you're being insubordinate, basically. He's just like, I am your manager. I am your leader, and you're not gonna talk to me that way. And seriously, honestly, JJ's saying everything that we're all thinking, right? I don't give a fuck if I'm just a bartender. And it really shows how dehumanizing workplaces are becoming. And I feel like, you know, again, I haven't been in a legitimate workplace in 5 years, but from what I'm seeing, it only gets more and more aggressive as time goes on. It gets worse, and especially in today's climate, it just seems like, you know, if you're gonna have a staff full of people who are not from the same country you're operating out of, they're kind of using that as like, well, they can't talk back or else they get deported, basically. And it's like, that's really fucked up. I'm not gonna say it gets worse from here on out. The tone's gonna definitely stay a little bit higher from here on out. So let's just keep going, I guess. The way she looks at him.
You talk to your staff like they're slaves. I've heard it several times and you're a piece of shit for it. Just because they don't want to stand up for themselves, I will.
JJ.
Okay? No, all of them do it. Jeff, if you don't want to hear me out in your office, that's fine.
This is not okay.
You are a piece of shit.
This is not okay. Okay, listen, calling someone a piece of shit in any other context, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, now you're losing your cool. He has every fucking right at this point because you know what he's doing? He's speaking the fucking truth right now. You're right, JJ. This guy is clearly a piece of shit. This woman's a piece of shit. She dragged you into her manager's office because she couldn't handle you calmly telling her maybe you shouldn't fucking harass your employees while they're at home. And then Jeff's like, yeah, they called in sick, so she had to go get them. What do you mean she had to go get them? When an employee calls out sick, they're sick. Doesn't matter if they're fucking lying or not. I feel like it should really fall on the workplace to have enough staff hired to cover situations like this. If you are a workplace and you're just like, my one and only employee called out sick, now I have to go drag them out of their apartment to come work even when they're sick, or I have to go make sure they're actually sick. Like, it's just, oh my God. It's like, that sounds like a you problem. If you don't have anyone to cover this shift, that's your problem. But don't sit here and try to take it out on your employees that are probably being treated like shit, paid like shit. This is like lawsuit territory. At this point, I think JJ definitely could be like, yeah, I was wrongfully terminated also. They would probably be like, well, he came into our office and used foul language. It's like, there's no children around. You're all adults. Like, chill the fuck out. Everything about this, I'm like, wow, what pieces of shit. Because I feel like JJ was very respectful at first. And then Jeff was like, you're just a bartender. Like, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, Jeff.
For the way you talk to them.
I'm sorry to
No, I don't feel that way. Everyone
This is
does.
not okay.
Everyone does. Then drag me out, Jeff.
I'm not dragging you out.
Okay, this is where I'm at right now talking to Robin.
Please come out.
She is so whipped. He's got her on a leash right now. Robin, he won't leave the room if you're still in there. So Robin, if you could come out of my office, please, because I don't want him in my office. No, come on, Jeff. Throw some hands, Jeff. You want to be such a big tough guy, Jeff? Robin is his fucking lapdog, man. It's just sick.
I'm tired of, you guys are all fucking horrible to all of us. For what? You treat all of them like shit. They all know it and they all feel it. You don't hear them out. It's the same reason you fucking fired Izzy. So why don't you guys have a little bit of empathy and hear them out? If someone called in sick, that means probably they're sick. You don't go banging on their door, waking everyone up around them, harassing them, because you wouldn't do that at your home back wherever you're from. You wouldn't do that. It's not allowed. You can't just drive to someone's house, bang on their door when they texted you saying they're sick. You can't do that. You can text them, call them, write them up. But don't go waking up the whole B building just because you need people there.
This conversation's over.
I don't care what you think, Jeff.
JJ.
I don't care.
You realize you're going to need to go pack your bags and go now.
I don't care. I will.
Okay.
I will.
But
If
you
it
realize
means
this is over.
if it means that you hear what the people are saying, then by all means I will go pack my shit right now.
Jeff is just like, you realize this means you're fired, right? I mean, you just talked down to him because he's just a bartender. If he's so unimportant, then he should be able to, you know, easily find another bartending gig anywhere. Don't sit here and be like, we're your only hope. You know, we're the only place who's gonna hire you. Like, don't do that shit. He's a bartender. That's the cool part about JJ just being a bartender, is that there are plenty of places who will hire a bartender. But you, Jeffy Poo, is he supposed to be the HR guy? Is this HR? Is that what this is? HR is like in their building? If I had to guess, he's probably just like the, God, Pippi. He's probably just the lodge manager guy, like the guy running the place. But obviously, he's not like the CEO of whatever it was called, like Holland, America, Princess, whatever the f. I don't want to get spoilers. We'll just keep watching and then I'll get into what I was going to say.
Because you guys don't listen. It's f***ed up what you guys are doing here. And all of them talk about it. You talk to them like they're slaves. I've even overheard it. Get up, get out, move, clock out, clock in. What are you doing? If you actually had a little bit of care or talk to them like, treated them like human beings, it's because what? They're on J1 visas and they need it? That's why you want to treat them like that and you know they can't say anything?
JJ,
I'm pissed. You think it's over, but I'm still talking.
I don't care.
Okay, of course, then go in your office and close the door.
Oh, so when JJ says he doesn't care, then Jeff is just like, well, let's just keep talking. I gotta let you know that you're fired and all this shit. But then when JJ's like, I don't give a shit, I'm gonna tell you how it is. Suddenly Jeff's like, I don't care. Sounds like a bit of a double standard going on here, Jeff.
This is a place.
No, that doesn't mean that you get to do whatever the fuck you want, Jeff.
You have no clue.
I do. I have
so
every
smug.
clue. And I've bit my tongue for long enough.
Get your hand out of your armpit. What are you, Mary Catherine Gallagher?
I smell like that.
Come on, Jeff.
See, and you don't even want to acknowledge any of it.
This is not the right time and place for somebody.
Where is the right time and place? Do you want to go out there? Do you want to go in your office
just
where
laughs.
we were?
I mean, he's right. You are in your office right now. What is the time and place? Jeff, what do you want to do? Go into the Alaskan wilderness and have this conversation? Like what? If not in the offices, away from guests and customers, if not then and not there, then where? We should take this outside. Get eaten by an Alaskan wolf. What do you mean this isn't the right place to be doing this? You're in the office. This is what you have an office for. So you can have these tough conversations. And Jeff is looking at JJ like, the audacity of this guy. No, the audacity of you to fucking sit there and have someone stand up to you for allegedly years of mistreatment for your employees, and you're just gonna sit there with this dumb fucking grin on your face with your hands in the prayer position. What is this supposed to be? I'll pray for you, JJ. Get the fuck out of here, Jeff. Anyway.
Where's the right time and place to confront these kind of things, Jeff?
You have to come to me in a professional manner.
You don't have to, because you guys have been unprofessional with the way you've approached everyone.
The audacity, again, the audacity of him to be like, you have to be more professional when you come to me. When he came to Jeff, he was very just, yep, no, Robin, I wasn't yelling at you. Robin's the one who's like, he was yelling at me when he wasn't. And then just to speak to Robin and be like, no, I wasn't yelling at you. I wasn't yelling at you. The reason the situation got escalated is because Jeff was like, hey, by the way, you know you're just a bartender, right? Oh my God.
You want respect and professionalism when it's brought to you. Am I wrong? Where's the professionalism in how you handled Izzy? Where's the professionalism in that? Yeah, take it in. Because I bit my tongue for long enough, and I hear it every time they in the rec room with all of them. She's horrible to us. She talks to us horrible. Oh yeah, do you say anything? No, we can't. We have visas. We can't jeopardize our visas. Well, that's why the only American that was in housekeeping, Izzy, got left, because she would open her mouth and verbalize the horribleness that you had. So,
Jay,
what, Jeff?
go a step away. This is not okay. You can't just simply verbally abuse her, okay?
It's not verbal abuse. It's
are
facts.
too.
There is no verbal abuse there. He said nothing personal against her. Pointing out someone's misbehavior, like legitimate misbehavior, pointing out someone who is mistreating their employees is not verbal abuse. And like the fact that they're gonna sit there and be so, they're the victims. Yeah, Jeff and Robin, they're the victims. Fuck you guys. The fuck you so fucking hard. I am gonna have to censor out the F word in this video. I think I've been saying it too much, but that's just how I feel. It's just like, it is so frustrating. So frustrating to see, coming from a white person myself, this white fragility. They're just, oh, a brown person's talking to me a little bit louder than I would like them to. This is verbal abuse. Shut the up. Oh. Yeah, I don't give a shit. It's so obvious in this situation who escalated the situation, who's in the wrong. Did JJ lose his cool? Sure, he started swearing, but like, it's, in my opinion, it's justifiable. He used the F word once and then Jeff immediately started using it back. There's really no standard of speech here. Like, if you really want to sit here and pretend you're the professional one, Jeff, then you probably should have been the one to be like, well, we don't use that kind of language here, please step out. But instead, he met him with the same language and the same energy. It's like, you are not being professional either. And you're gonna sit here and be like, hey, JJ, you should be more professional when you come and talk to me. It's like, all right, well, maybe you should have been more professional when he started pushing back. Like, you lost your cool too, Jeff. And maybe if you were better at de-escalating situations, it wouldn't have come to this. But I don't think Jeff is in any situation to be good at his job in that regard. Hey, Jeff, you don't seem like you're very good at this whole, like, being a manager or whatever the fuck your job title is. Like, you clearly don't handle these kind of situations very well. Kind of a big part of being a manager. Like, your employees are gonna have disagreements with each other. Management's gonna have disagreement with employees. If you can't de-escalate those situations, why are you the one running this place, Jeff?
It's facts.
JJ.
If it hurts, then it's the truth. The truth is gonna hurt. What, you don't like people calling you out on your shit?
I don't have shit to be called out.
I'm not calling you out, I'm calling her out.
I do not understand why you're in here raging right now.
I think it's very clear that Jeff does have some shit to be called out for. Regardless, hold on, I want to let him get through this last part because, as a reminder, Jeff just said, I don't understand why you're in here raging. And JJ will say here,
Do you not hear any of the words I just said then?
JJ.
Pull each and every one of them into a room and ask them individually, and you'll see what I'm talking about, Jeff. But if you don't care, then don't do anything. And sure, I'll go pack my bags right now if that's what you want. I just needed it to be heard that she's treating her staff like shit and you guys aren't doing anything about it. And that was uncalled for. Banging on someone's door after they text you they're sick? Sure, if it's 3 days, get them to go to a doctor. But this is Mateo and Sofa's first time calling in sick. And you want to go bang on their door and force them to come in? So, harassment.
Thank you for your feedback.
So what do you want to do right now? I can clock out right now,
You can't
get my
stay
bag
here.
stacked.
I mean,
Okay.
you can't stay here after this.
Okay,
You know that.
that's fine. I'm gone.
Okay.
Do I gotta find my own way to Anchorage, or do you guys provide that?
that's the end of that video. There are updates, of course. But first, I do want to read some of these comments here. Top comment here with 70,000 likes. Like, this is exactly what I was thinking. Craig Robinson says, Jeff is not meant for leadership. That's how I feel. Like, if he can't handle an employee disagreement, then yeah, he shouldn't be leading anyone. Like, he very clearly is not meant for a role like this. Denise says, way to go, JJ, for exposing them at Copper River Princess Lodge. Who does she think she is to determine if an individual is sick? Yeah, I mean, unless she's a fucking doctor, then I don't think she has the right. JJ was not yelling. He's clearly stating facts. They're gaslighting with the pretending JJ has a loud tone when JJ stood up for what's right. Treat people the way you wish to be treated. They're disrespecting their employees since, as JJ stated, they know they need them. We are all God's children. Okay, we don't have to get that's up for debate. Sunny Day said, wait, that's HR? Oh, hell no. Dude, get a lawyer quick. That can't be like HR. It has to just be their manager, you know? Shanae Cynthia says, listen, I sued my job back in 2019, settled in 2021, and won 6 figures. You have a case. I agree. Maybe not so much for JJ because maybe you couldn't say it's wrongful termination. Like, I don't know what Alaska's right to work laws are. I know where I live, I'm pretty sure they can fire you pretty much for no reason, but I know there are other states that don't have situations like that. But at least, like, this video is obviously like, oh, well, JJ used the F word a few times, so he was obviously out of line, and that's why I fired him. In a court of law, I don't know how that would work out, but I don't think JJ cares about that. Like, JJ doesn't seem to be the kind of guy who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna sue the shit out of them for firing me. But I don't know, I mean, it's definitely worth looking into. JJ clearly did not feel wanted or appreciated at this job, so he was totally fine with walking out of it. So that might, I don't know, maybe that could be part of a situation. But for the people who called in sick and then she went to their home and pounded on the door to make sure they're sick, to make sure they're actually sick, and then what? What are you gonna do? Drag them back to the hotel to work if you determine they're not sick enough to be out of work? Like, what was her plan? To threaten them with being fired? Like, at that point, I'd be like, fine, fucking fire me, dude. Like, I'm sick. Yeah, it's messed up. Hostile work environment is what these people are saying. Wrongful termination and discrimination. Discrimination, maybe, with the whole J1 visa situation. I was on disability and they fired me. Oh, okay, that's what this Shanae person was saying. That's why she was able to sue. They did the same thing to my friend and she was literally in psychosis. I told her to sue the damn hospital and she won. Good. Disability is a lot different than this. There's lots of laws around disability, even in right to fire states. He has no case like you did. They didn't fire him for a disability, right? For him, yeah, I don't know. But for the people who got their doors pounded on, as far as I know, they're still working there unless they also decided to quit after all this. But that at the very least, I feel like has to be a violation of something like privacy rights and stuff like that. Anyway, Mia NYC 775 said, I hate how he said you're just a bartender like he's better than you. Yeah, that was gross. Homie Disme says, I am HR and it's illegal. Even if you live on the property, get a lawyer because you're gonna be paid. It's trespassing? Maybe. Coming uninvited and using employee records to show up at your house? Stalking? Maybe. Yeah, because you'd have to like dig into their, in a normal employment situation, you would have to dig into their file to find out what their home address is and what you're gonna show up. But yeah, like that seems like a misuse of employee personal and private information at the very least. I feel like there still should be an employee right thing. They have a right to privacy in one way or another, dude, even if they are living in the lodge, right? Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know this for sure. It just seems like there should be some kind of protection, dude. So those are some of the top comments. We don't have to go through all of them, but let's go and look at an update.
Hello everybody, JJ here, ready to give a long overdue update. Thank you all for the love and the support. It is felt and well appreciated. I also want to start by saying there has been a lot of death threats and violent phone calls that have been given to the Copper River Lodge. And although I appreciate your guys' passion, I am gonna ask you guys to bring the energy down a little bit on that. It's been a really crazy...
I'm sorry, I just have to... That was iconic. Using his language against him is just magical. But also, yes, in case you need to hear it from me also, just like JJ said, please don't be calling this place and sending death threats and shit. Please don't do that. Don't take it real life. Even if JJ did lose his cool a little bit, I think any of us would have. And he held his cool a lot better than most of us would, I think, anyway.
Last couple days for me, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update and clarify a couple things right out the back. It is confirmed that Jeff has been let go. Robin has not been let go, however. I'm not sure. I can't speak to that. I don't know what Princess plans on doing with that whole situation, but I don't know.
Jeff got fired. Jeff got fired. F you, Jeff. F you, Jeff. We hate Jeff. F Jeff. You got what you deserve. See, that's what I was gonna say earlier. JJ might just be a bartender, but Jeff is gonna have a lot harder of a time trying to find a new hotel management job. Just saying. And after this going viral like this, hey Jeff, I don't think your employment opportunities are going to be very high. Maybe you could say the same about JJ, but I feel like there are plenty of places who would appreciate having an employee like JJ who's going to speak up when shit is not good, and he's going to speak up for other people. The way I see it, that's a positive characteristic for an employee to have. If you're going to be, you know, at a place that you don't want to hire anyone who's going to give you any pushback on any of your authority, then yeah, maybe you're not going to want JJ. But I do feel like there are plenty of places who can appreciate an employee who knows their worth and knows the difference between right and wrong.
If it's not obvious from the video, I was fired. Within 2 hours from when I recorded the video, I was packing my bags and on my way to Anchorage. I know a lot of people are wanting me to sue them and that it's a lawsuit on a silver platter. And although that may be true, I also don't know the first thing about suing anyone. It just was never on any of my bingo cards, to be fair. That being said, if any of you know an attorney that knows Alaska labor laws that would be willing to help me out, let me know. Tell them to hit me up. I'm not opposed to it. It's just so foreign to me. As for me, I'm doing great. I'm in Kenai, Alaska right now. If you remember me mentioning Izzy in the video, I met up with her. She's here in Kenai, and they might have a spot for me in the little lodge that Izzy's serving at, and so I might just take that on for the rest of the summer until I get ready for the winter season.
I think JJ's gonna be just fine. But the lawsuit situation, yeah, again, I'm sure it's very tempting to want to sue them, but yeah, I feel like I understand his hesitation because in his case in particular, like I could totally see there being like legal pushback and saying he wasn't unlawfully terminated. I don't know. But I also don't think he went into this situation being like, yeah, I'm gonna find a way to get them to fuck up so I can sue them. Like, I'm not getting that energy from JJ.
To end, I wanted to talk a little bit about the GoFundMe account that has been created, and that is in the link of my bio. 100% of the funds that are raised in that GoFundMe account are going to be divvied up between the J1s that are working currently at the Copper River Lodge. I can't express enough the amount of love I have for a lot of these J1s. This part's going to be hard for me to get through without crying, so bear with me. But 100% of the funds will go towards, I want personally to give to these J1s that are working really hard at this lodge, and hopefully give them a little bit of something extra to go home with this season. I want to be very clear when I say this. People just want to be heard, they want to be validated, they want to be seen, and there was a lack of that in the lodge. And it was just something that I would have hoped anyone would have done for me if I were in that situation as well. I will stop saying J1s like that because I don't agree with it, and I don't know why I keep saying that, but they are more than their visas, and they're amazing people, and if any of you got to work alongside them, you'll see it for yourself. So if we can get that link shared with as many people as possible, that would be amazing. It'd be great to get these guys sent home with a little bit of extra something in their pockets so that they can feel loved by everyone here. And so let's get that shared with everyone. Again, thank you so much for all of the love and support. It's been a roller coaster of emotions for me, but you guys have been amazing in reaching out and showing me the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this is one of many updates. Just stay tuned.
There has been one other video posted by him where he's responding to a comment that says, I really feel like this conversation is completely inappropriate right when you were asked to leave the office. You should have ended the conversation, blah, blah, blah. Anything that anyone has to say in regards to that, I'm just like, dude, shut up. Like, just shut up, man. And it seems like the comments are all pretty much on JJ's side. Like, I don't think you lost your cool. Yeah, so we don't have to sit and watch through that. If you guys want to, of course, I'll have Jay's TikTok linked in the description of this video if you want to go support him. Also, I will leave a link to the GoFundMe if you feel like you are so inclined to send a few bucks his way. He has a goal of $3,500. He has raised $784 so far. So if this is something like, you know, no pressure, I have nothing to do with this, I'm just going to share it just in case anyone feels like they want to donate to the cause. And I would hope that, you know, whatever he does end up donating to these other workers, like, I'm hoping that maybe it's his way of like giving them a little extra security to maybe go find another job that's going to treat them better. Hopefully, I feel like that would be a really good use of the funds to get them somewhere where they're a little bit more appreciative. Actually, a lot of bit more appreciative, because that is obviously, like he said, Jeff got fired. We love to see it. Fuck you, Jeff. You got what you deserve, dude. And hopefully, you know, it's just like we live in this online era where I feel like there's still people who feel like they can get away with this kind of behavior, and it's like, you never know when someone is recording you, and you never know when someone is going to be posting your shitty behavior on the internet. And so for people to still behave this way in the year of our Lord 2025 is just like, what are you, like, have you been living under a rock? Like, what are you doing? You just can't behave this way to other people unless you want to get hashtag canceled, and in Jeff's case, fired from your job. I hope that this whole situation is a wake-up call to employers who treat their employees like shit. I hope it's a wake-up call to Carnival and Princess, whatever the whatever their main company owner is. Like, I hope it's a wake-up call for them to make shit right. I think Robin deserves to be fired too, and so far there's no updates from what I could see of Robin being fired. Of course, JJ's last update was 4 days ago, so you never know what could have happened between now and then, but at least Jeff is gone. Robin seems like she's a very big part of the problem though also, so I hope that she is retaliated against in a significant way by her employers, because she fucking deserves that too. do. I just hope that there's justice for the people who deserve it and punishment for the people who deserve that as well. I guess let me know what you think. I feel like this is gonna be a little bit divisive. I think there's gonna be some people who definitely don't agree with me on this. That's fine. But all I know is I'm infuriated. I don't like watching this shit. It makes me mad. How hard is it to just treat people with respect, you know? Anyway, before we end it here, guys, I do have to say some thank yous to some people. First of all, I want to thank my patrons and my members, of course. The list of names I'm about to read off are my financial supporters. They get access to our private Discord server. We have a postcard club. Sometimes you get early access to videos if I'm able to give that to you. Sometimes even more than that. So if any of that sounds good to you, we all can go to patreon.com/SavannahMarie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to join my YouTube memberships. Both are basically the same, just whatever platform you prefer to join on works for me if it works for you. So with that, the biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to AJC, RC's Jewelry designed by Amber, Luciana Valiente, Emily Jean, Hannah Moe, Alex Gollum, Love to Be Evil, Liz Sahu, Char City, Evan Adler, LaSalle Story, Fluffy Duckbutt 24 Elaine, Ferd Turgeson Esquire, Just Mark, Baby Pink Pearl, Alice Wagner, Fallon Harris, Jessica Billhart, Emion, Hula Chowdown, Jacqueline Nutton, Kessie Drew, KJ Barnes, Leanne, Marie Silver, Bug, Caroline Reed, Daniel Urena, Maddie, Darley, and Ray. And to the rest of my financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and being you. Even if you're not a financial supporter, thank you for just making it to the end of this video, because YouTube does love watch time, and they love it when you watch the end of videos, so you just being here and listening to me saying these words means a lot. Also, just thank you if you're subscribed to this channel, because we did finally hit 100,000 subscribers. Yay! Just waiting on the go-ahead to be able to order my play button and do all those things, so I'm very excited, and I'm just very, very grateful for you all just being here. And with that, guys, be kind to each other, don't treat your employees like shit, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye.